I'm planning to show you how to make a coffee substitute. They used to sell something like that. It was called Postum. Okay, I'm taking a 12-ounce cup. Excuse the mess. I'm trying to catch up with all the work around here since I was working in that school for 3 months. Now the best way to make a liquid drink is to not put the water in first, because if you do, you're going to have all the powdery stuff floating around like little powder islands. No, you put the dry stuff first. Okay, this is Carob powder that I emptied into another container. It's here's what the package looks like. It's from a plant that has no caffeine in it. It's healthy, it's nutritional, and it tastes very similar to cocoa. Okay, so I'm going to take some of that. That's enough. Put it in the 12-ounce cup. Cover this up because it'll probably absorb moisture. Now, this is another container I saved, and inside of it I put buckwheat flour, pre-cooked cornmeal, and brown rice flour, but not raw. I put them in the oven first and, you know, kind of toasted them. So those are the 3 grains. I put some of that in this cup. Now, I happen to like molasses. I'm going to put some of that in here. I changed the top so that it would be easier. Molasses can be very messy. So here it goes. Can you see it, I hope? I'm just going to squeeze some in there. You don't want too much, it will overpower the flavor. And I'm going to put another sweetener. You could use coconut palm sugar. You could use any kind of natural sweetener. What else? Maple syrup would be nice. I'm putting some honey in here. Not too much. Now, did I forget anything? No. So it's not mixed up yet. And I have to decide, do I want to put hot water in there? Or do I want to put like maybe some soy milk that I make from powder? Hold on a second. This is the soy milk powder I've been buying lately. This is how I closed it. And I already have some pre-made. Here it is. You know, you could shake it up, or you could stir it up. I try to do things in the least messy way as possible. Alright, so I'm going to put a tiny, tiny bit in here. This is important. That's it, hold on. You see, it's just a tiny bit of liquid. I'm going to start mixing it up. Now, like I said before, you put in all your liquid, this will be a floating mess. Then you'd have to use the blender, and that's a whole nother procedure. So you see how it's like it's turning into a creamy substance. I believe this helps the flavor develop also. Some people make cappuccino by hand by doing it like this. I used to do that, but I don't use caffeine anymore. You see how it's getting? So now it's like, it looks like a thick fudge. So when it gets like this, then I'll add a little more liquid. Not a lot. And I'll keep doing this little by little. As you see, you have no dry pieces of flour, of grain. It's all staying all together, totally blended. I will continue adding liquid. Now that it's totally blended, I don't have to be so careful about putting tiny drops of liquid. Because once it's blended, you know, it's not going to go back to turn into, you know, particles of flour floating here and there or sticking to the side of the cup. This is the best way, better than any machinery, you know, like blenders or mixers. See? It stays together, blended. So now I can go ahead and, you know, add the amount I want. Remember, the more liquid you put in it, the less flavor and sweetness there's going to be. So I wouldn't exactly call this a substitute to a cup of coffee. I guess we could call it like iced coffee. Or, you know, like a chocolate milk drink, except you don't have to worry about caffeine. And you get some nutrition in it. Let's look at the nutrition. 50 milligrams of potassium, 0.2 milligrams of iron, 21 milligrams of calcium, 0.3 gram of protein, and there's, believe it or not, there's fiber in it also. And of course, in general, it's a carbohydrate. But as you could see, we didn't put very much in there. So I'm not going to put too much liquid in this because I want it to be sweet and have plenty of flavor. And I will go ahead and taste this now. Oh my goodness, it's really tasty. It's wonderful. It's almost like a chocolate malt. So think about what I'm telling you. There's always a healthy substitute